Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone? It's Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene here. We know that it's been over a week since our last podcast, but that's because we've been in New York for NFT.NYC, and we are so excited to bring you a very special episode today where we're going to talk about our experience for the past week at NFT.NYC and all the different parties and events that were going on. Michael, what's up? How's your week been?
It was amazing. It's not often that an event lives up to the hype, and this one certainly did.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, not even the actual conference, like the NFT.NYC conference. Like, to be honest, I only went to that for 20 minutes, like straight up. I didn't even go to it at all. But it was just like all the events like surrounding it, and you know, the fact that everybody was there in New York, and it was just so cool. There was just so many amazing people that we met.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a wild time. Yeah, I went to a couple speeches, but only like two, and I didn't even see like all the booths set up. Like, you're right. It's all about the parties and the meeting people and the connections, and just walking around the streets, bumping into people. And it was crazy. It was a crazy time.
What day did you fly in?
I flew in Monday morning.
Okay. So that means I have a couple of... Wait, so you didn't go to the yacht party?
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
Okay, so then I have a couple of days to share before you even showed up. Damn. Wait, when did you leave?
I left Saturday morning.
Saturday. Oh, okay. So yesterday. Okay.
Yeah. Yesterday. Whatever today is, I don't even know. Today is Sunday, November 7th. Yeah.
I know. Thank God it's Sunday. All right. So, I flew in on Friday, personally, me and my sister, Steph. And actually, Friday was the day that we weren't even going to do any NFT stuff. We were just like, our cousin lives in New York, and we just wanted to meet with him and have dinner. And he's like, oh, I'm going to bring some friends. And we didn't know his friends, right? And he brings his friends. Turns out they had bored apes, and they were literally going to NFT.NYC. And it was just so funny. Yeah. And my cousin's not even into NFTs at all.
Yeah.
So he was just like, what the heck? So yeah, that was super cool. But small world. And then Saturday, the 30th, my friend Swicky and her husband, Peter Fang, threw a party at the Marquee. It's called the KiKi party for her ape KiKi. And we got to see Cascade, and we like rode there in a limo and everything.
What?
Yeah.
They threw the party and had Cascade there.
No, it was at the Marquee. No, Marquee had Cascade there. And
Okay.
We just got like a table and all that.
Got it. Awesome. Sure. I was like, wow, balling.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they had Cascade show up
at their party. Whew.
I mean, they're pretty bougie, so you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that.
That's cool. That's what's up. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and we met up with a lot of other NFT people, friends Newbie and her husband Benson, and Sarah and Zach, if you know them. And anyway, and then what was cool is that when they brought bottles to the table, they brought these cardboard cutouts of KiKi, her ape, and we're just like, oh my gosh, we're just like holding them up. It was super cool. And anyway, so that was Saturday, and then Sunday was Halloween, and there was the Bored Ape Yacht Club party, which I got into. And I don't even have an ape, but you know, I got those connections. So I went to that, and I met a lot of cool people there. Crypto Storm, Benjamin. I saw Benjamin at like all the freaking events. That dude was going to all the events too.
He was everywhere for sure.
Yeah. And then I met my boss, Christian, for the first time ever.
wow.
at the party. Yeah, him and his wife, and they're super dope. And also shout out to Evaluate Market for flying me out to New York. Love them for that. Thank you. And yeah, the yacht party, it was crazy because it was like the yacht was like 3 different levels, and then there was like the top deck level, and it was like you could see the Statue of Liberty, and like it was just super cool. So that was like a really fun experience. But yeah, and then Monday you flew in.
Yeah, I flew
What
in.
did you do on Monday?
I flew in Monday morning. My flight was delayed for about 3 hours. I sat on the tarmac. That was fun. And everything else was good after that. Yeah. So got in, flew into JFK, took the Uber. I was staying at the W Times Square.
Nice.
That first night, I was invited to the Knights of Degen party by a guy.
I heard that was lit.
That was really fun. That was actually one of my favorite ones. It was Knights of Degen, Curio, and I think like NFT Red Zone, I think is the name of that other project that sponsored it. I don't want to get it wrong. I forget exactly, but it was Knights of Degen, Curio, who I'm actually friends with a couple of people from Curio. Shout out to Mina. And if he's listening at all, but I was invited to that by Kai Forbath, who's a former NFL kicker, and he and Deshaun Kaiser, who's a quarterback in the NFL, are starting their own platform. And
nice.
Yeah, so they've been talking about that, and we've come a little bit friendly. So he invited me and had a really good time. Ben was at that one. Ja Rule was there. There was a lot of people. It was in where was that at? Downtown a little bit, maybe like 23rd Street, whatever it was. It was like a sports bar. It was really nice. That was a fun time. It was a really fun time, just getting acquainted and meeting people and partying down, you know. The guys from Degen Network were there. Bunchu and Steve, yeah.
Steve,
said,
I met Steve too. Not at that, but
yeah, of course, for sure. And they said some really nice things about the podcast, which I was appreciative of. And it was good talking to those guys and meeting in person. So it was like, that was a really fun night. And then I actually walked all the way back to my hotel. It was like 2 miles and just took my time, enjoyed the city. I was all by myself. Yeah.
Oh, really? You didn't go with Andy? When did Andy fly in?
Andy took the train in on Tuesday morning. Yep. So I met him the next day. Yep.
Andy's our producer, by the way.
And that's right. AJC. So yeah. And then Tuesday morning, I'll start off Tuesday because I got up bright and early. Gary V was speaking from 9:30 to 10:30 at the town hall. So I walked over there. My buddy Joe was there at like 7:45, and he snuck in with the crew. And like he just went and sat right in the front row and sat there and waited. And when I walked up, I had the thing around my neck that said VIP speaker. And I walked up and I looked at the door, and the guy just like waved me in, like way early. Go. Yeah, he just waved me in. So I was like, boo. I was going to try and sneak in or get Joe to help me get in or something. But so I go, we're literally front row, dead center, you know, and we waited like an hour, talked to a couple guys that were around, and Gary V came out, saw his speech, which was really cool. He's always dropping knowledge. You know, he went over a lot of things about the industry. It was him and the dude, Jody, Jodee, who put on the festival. He's like, has an Australian accent. I'm not sure too much about Jody, but he put on the conference. So they were talking, and it was really cool back and forth. Like, Gary was talking about, you know, like he talks about a lot, like most people are in the game to make money, and there's going to be some tough times for some of those people. If like the, you know, for the flippers, it's, you know, someone's going to be caught holding the bag. And Jody was kind of like, thought that it was, not right. He's like, well, a lot of the people that I know are in it like to build and for the right reasons. And Gary was like, well, maybe those are your friends, you know, but like everybody I know is trying to make money. But it was a really good conversation. Another good part of it, they were asking questions, and a lady asked about, you know, bringing more ladies into the space. And Gary said a little thing about how, you know, it's everybody's individual responsibility to support women creators and to help. And then he said, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. And he said, I'd like all the women to stand up in the crowd. And like a whole bunch of people stood up and started cheering, all these women. And he goes, this is way more than back in like 2006 with the Web 2 conventions and the early tech stuff. And he goes, they're here and they're, you know, so it was kind of interesting to see. Always love Gary. And then, so right when his speech was over, I went outside and I went to the door where like I went in, so I figured he was going to leave from, and he comes out, a couple minutes later, swarmed obviously by tons of people, and that's when I got that selfie with him. But like,
Oh, what the heck? I didn't see that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I got a selfie with Gary as a highlight moment of the week for me.
Were you like,
sure.
I have a VFriends?
Well, he asked who had a VFriend, and I was like following right behind him. And I go FaceTime Frog, and he turns around and he goes, I can't wait for our FaceTime. But not that he's, who knows, but he's so good with the crowd. Like he was swarmed, and people would come up to him, and he would like genuinely listen to their pitches, and he would like he was really personable. Like he knows what he's doing, it's calculated to some degree, but he seems like pretty genuine with it. Like he really was giving people his email and telling them what to put in the subject, so he'd like notice it.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, like it was really, I'm really impressed with him all the time. You guys know that, like, I talk about him all the time, but like even more so now, like I saw him dealing with the public and talking to everybody, shaking hands, giving people hugs. Like there was a lady that came up to him crying, like, and like he's so nice to everybody. And he took the time. He was walking down the street, taking selfies with everybody, just talking to everybody, listening to people, and taking cards, putting them in his pocket. Like really, really something. He's really something. So that was Tuesday morning.
Did you go to that with Andy? Or no?
No, Andy didn't quite make it in. Andy got in about noon or 12 or so. So I was there with my buddy Joe Bradley. Yep. And so that was good. That was Tuesday. And then Andy came in and we met up. He was staying at Margaritaville. He checked in. And then we went straight downtown to get in that line to get the bracelet for the Ape Fest thing. We waited in line for like an hour, got our bracelet, kept moving. What did we do after that? I think we got some pizza or something. Some good New York
classic
pizza. Yeah, exactly. And I did the first day. I should mention I met up with my buddy Albert Polanco, who I'm a huge fan of. I met up with him and we walked around the first day too. That was on Monday.
Nice.
Yeah. So Tuesday continues. What else happened on Tuesday? What did you do on Tuesday? What do we have here?
Tuesday.
I'm trying to remember the parties. Was that
the Cryptos party, the Alien Boy party. Yeah, those are the two I went to.
I didn't do either of those. I'm trying to remember what I did on Tuesday. Was that
dude, you should have written this down. I was literally taking all my freaking notes. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? How am I supposed to remember this for the podcast?
Oh, I should have wrote it down. What the heck did we do?
Oh, okay. Andy wrote Cool Cat. No, Cool Cats was Wednesday. No, Cool Cats was Wednesday, I thought. Oh, never mind. You're right.
Yeah, no, Cool. He's right. Cool Cats. What? Yep. That was Cool Cats and Hype Beast, I think. And that was cool. That was not necessarily my scene. It was in like this warehouse, like way upstairs, like fire hazard. I don't know. There's like no way. So we got into it. It was like one of those like 100-year-old buildings near Times Square where the elevators are like tiny and old, and they cramped like 15 people in there. And it said 5-person maximum, 2,000 pounds. We were going up to floor 10. I remember this now. We were going up to floor 10. The elevator got to about floor 7 and it goes boom, and it like jumped and stopped. And then the door opened to floor 7. God. We like half the people got off the elevator, and the floor was like this little tiny. There was like a couple closed businesses. There was 2 doors. Like we could have walked up the steps, but they said emergency exit alarm will sound, that we didn't want to like evacuate the entire building, So like that was a little bit. We were there for like 20 minutes till another elevator came for us, because the elevator kept coming, but it was full with people. Yeah. Like we would hit up and it was like full of people. So it was like, it took a while for us to get off of that little. Then we got up there, and what was going on at that party? Right when we walked into the Cool Cats party, Klon was actually sitting on the floor of this one little side room, and it was him and a bunch of other people surrounding him. They were other artists, and they had like white sheets of paper on the floor, and the other people would draw something like a dinosaur or whatever, and they would pass it to him. And then he would draw like little Cool Cat tattoos and like doodle it up a little bit and then sign it and give it out to people. That was actually really cool. That was a cool scene to be a part of. And there were some other artists there. I forget exactly. F. I think was one of them. Yeah, I think that's his name. That was a cool scene. And Benjamin was at that party as well, you said. And we were
He's
out
at all the parties.
he wasn't at all the parties. I saw him in line everywhere. That's my guy. He's a good dude. We had fun. It was good to meet in person.
I met you in the Cool Cats line, actually. I didn't get into that party because the line was long.
That's
and
right.
I
Yep.
didn't have connections to cut it. So I just ended up leaving, but I saw you at that.
Yeah, that's right. You ran by and you were like, hey, we were like, hey, what's up? And you're like, I'm off the Dead Mouse at the Marquee.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I could say, actually, I didn't even say my Monday.
Oh my God, let's go.
We skipped my Monday. Actually, Monday was a big like basketball day. So
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Monday was a big basketball day for me. NFTBA B-ball tournament during the day, which was put together by Peter Fang, Josh Ong, and Jasmine. And that was super fun, just basically watching people compete in like a tournament and all that, and 3-point contests and all that fun stuff. So that was just fun, casual thing to do during the day. I just went to watch and support. And then there was the NBA Top Shot Happy Hour, which I think was my favorite event, to be honest. And actually that was super cool because, Top Shot's my roots, obviously. And there were a lot of people that came up to me and they were like, I found out about other NFTs through you. I used to watch your NBA Top Shot YouTube videos and just like, it was super cool, like meeting a ton of people at that event. And then let me see what else did I write. Oh yeah, I met Andrew Wang there. I met Crypto Ed, who is like kind of the original Top Shot content creator. And Quavo performed, which was super cool. Yeah. And I was like right at the front, like, because, there weren't like that many people there. So it was like, you could easily just go to the front and that was super fun. And then
where was that at?
Oh God, I don't know what it was called or anything. I don't know.
It wasn't an MSG. It was like near the arena or whatever.
I don't even know, honestly.
Who knows?
I was just lifting places.
Right. Yeah.
I was just okay. Next spot. And then there was a panel with Roham and then a couple of retired NBA players and Roz. Roz, she's like an ESPN reporter, and she's like really an NBA Top Shot. She was like interviewing them and everything, which was super cool.
Wow.
And yeah, it was awesome, and so we went to that. And then after that, we went to the Knicks game because that was the day of the Knicks game as well. And I also got invited up to this suite with a bunch of Top Shotters. And I got to meet Plunge, Father, MBL, Chugs and Bugs, Taylor Stein, Greg Murray, Jake and Bake, and a bunch of other cool people. And just kind of hang out with them for a bit. And then the Raptors won, which it was like, whatever, honestly, I didn't even care. It was just like fun to like hang out with Top Shot people at the game. And then, that's what I did on Monday. And then Tuesday, let me see what I wrote for Tuesday. Oh yeah. Tuesday, I went to the conference. That was the only day I went to the conference and I only went for like 20 minutes. Yeah. And I was standing there and I was like listening to the speech kind of, cause I was also like recovering and like tired. And then the speech ends and then the organizer guy comes out and he's like, that was the best speech we've had for this whole entire conference so far. And I was like, oh, well, there we go. I came to the best one. Let's go. So then I just left after that because I was like, you can't top the best one. So I was like, well, now that I saw the best, I think I'm good.
Do you know who it was?
No.
Yeah, nice.
No idea who it was. But the dude was like really smart. I don't know. He's talking about like smart contracts and all this technical stuff. So and then where did I go after that? Oh yeah, then got ready and went to the Cryptoys party. It was like Cryptoys Upstream and like two other companies collabed on the party. And there I got to meet It's Just Los, who created the intro for our podcast.
I miss Los. Yeah.
Yes, he made the intro song for our podcast. And it was so funny because he's like, I thought you guys were going to be doing live streams and all this stuff like with your podcast. And I was like, yeah, well, we had some good intentions, but the thing is, it's like, you're basically partying all night. And then the next day it's like, you just want to sleep until it's time to like go to these events and stuff again. So yeah. That's probably my bad because Michael was really trying to like coordinate some stuff, and I was like, Dad, like, I can't leave.
I was like, all right, maybe we'll do Wednesday, and then it was like, well, maybe we'll do
like,
Thursday. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
But it's all good because now we have the brain cells, or at least me. I have the brain cells to recap my experience. So yeah. Anyway, and then so after the Cryptoids party, which was also really fun and actually super packed, they had to end up closing the doors for it because I guess more people RSVP'd than capacity was available. So they kind of like closed the doors. And then so after that, I went to the Alien Boy Land Vault party, which was cool. That was a vibe. They gave me like VIP, so I went like upstairs and whatever, and it was cool. It was chill. And then we tried to go to the Cool Cats party thing, but then like I said, line was too long, didn't have connections to get in, so we just left. And then we went to the Marquee again because Deadmau5 was performing, and we got a table there thanks to our bougie friends once again, Peter and Suki. And that was my Tuesday. So
that's a fun Tuesday.
Now we're on to Wednesday.
That's a pretty good Tuesday.
I know. It was good. Yeah, it was great. It was
great. Andy and I wanted to go very much to the Cryptoids party, but whatever our schedule was, we just didn't make it up there.
Dang, RIP.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
It's tough. So we're gonna move to Wednesday, which was another big day. That's the day my speech happened. My keynote speak at the convention.
Wait, you had a keynote? You had a keynote?
It's not keynote. No. I got some joke.
I was like, what the heck?
It was 8:30. It was an 8:30 a.m. panel at the town hall.
Jesus. Was anybody there? Like 8:30 a.m.?
There might have been a couple hundred people there.
Oh, okay.
But so there were supposed to be 6 speakers, but only 2 showed up. Me and this other guy.
No way.
So So we walked. Because I signed, they wouldn't have known if I didn't show up. What are they going to do? I signed up back in May, and they were like, here's your thing. And they never even checked in with me since then. They just sent me a message. They were like, here's your time slot. So I was like, all right, I'll show up. So I showed up, me and this other guy. We go out on stage, and the dude that was on stage before us was like, well, I guess I'll join in since it's only 2 of you guys. And then we all sat down. I introduced myself. And then the next guy starts introducing himself, and he's like, hi, I'm Devin Fizner, CEO of OpenSea. And I was like, hey,
let's go.
What?
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So we talked to him for a half hour. Yeah. We talked about a lot of different stuff, but the speech was supposed to be about alternate blockchains.
Yeah.
So I talked a little bit about VV. I brought up Polygon because I've bought a couple projects on there that I've talked about, the Visitors and Shroomfolk. And we talked about how Polygon integrates with OpenSea and like what percentage and like different things like that. The other guy would just all he wanted to do was show Wax and tell everybody how great Wax was.
Wax, I'm sorry, but Wax is trash.
I can't.
Wax is trash.
That's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. There's people making money over there, but it's I kind of gave up on it.
Are there people? There are people making money over there? Dang, that's surprising.
Well,
okay.
What's that one we keep coming across that the what's it called? The farm, whatever. That's in the top 10. People must be making money on that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but that's neither. Yeah, this guy was just there to shill. He didn't have anything like to add, so it was like me and the OpenSea guy just going back and forth. It was kind of neat. Yeah, I'm gonna actually message him. If you're listening, Devin, you'll get a message from me at some point. I'm the guy that was on stage with you, not the Wax guy.
I was the cool guy, okay? Not the other one. I was show.
Right.
That's so cool.
That was really cool. Yeah, that was cool. And then obviously afterward, there was hundreds of people that wanted my autograph and interviews with news sources, CNN, CNBC, the normal rounds.
Oh, shoot.
That was Wednesday morning. And then I actually did go to the conference that day. I'll let you do your Wednesday. You probably weren't even awake yet as I was doing all this. I was expecting to see you at my speech. I was actually really hurt that you didn't show up.
I didn't even show up. I didn't even show up to Christian, my boss's speech. And it was at freaking 1:30 p.m. I woke up at like 2:30. I was like, dang it, I just missed your speech. But
that's
fine.
hilarious.
It's fine. Yeah. He forgives me, I think, hopefully.
But that next day, I got to meet one of my other guys that I'm big into, Tom Bilyeu from Impact Theory.
Oh, nice.
He was doing his speech. Yeah. So I went up and spoke to him. And if you remember a few weeks ago, I talked about how he did that Twitter space where he talked about being a big brother and helping people in the community. And he got like emotional about it. And I mentioned that to him, and it was a really nice little quick conversation. Like I went up to him at first. I was like, Tom, big fan. And I could see right away, he was like, oh, like the normal. Okay. Big fan. And then, and he was really nice, but I could tell like that, like his normal, like half genuine handshake. And then I was like, actually, honestly, I only heard you like 6 weeks ago. And then I told him that story, and we had a nice little talk. I told him I have 4 legendary tokens, 2 heroics, and like 15 of the relentless. I'm going to keep buying them. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I could see that's going to be half an ether and ETH before, maybe a year from now, before whenever it is. It's going to absolutely be worth that. I mean, not financial advice, like
not financial advice,
but I'm gonna keep buying those. Whenever gas dips, I just go for the ones that are the rarest on the floor, and I just keep buying them. The relentless,
relentless whale over here.
Hey,
all right, we see you. Yeah, did you do anything else on Wednesday besides the speech? You didn't talk about anything else. I don't know if you did.
No, I did that speech, you know, and I had the Bored Ape wristband, and I was debating all day.
Wait, what the heck? You waited in line for that, and you didn't go to the warehouse party?
I know.
Dude,
I wanted to.
What?
Yeah, it's not good. I know it's not good.
Oh my God! Come on.
There was some. Gary V was having that wine thing that night, and there was a Futureproof party that I really wanted to go see VGF.
Okay, did you do that?
Yeah, I did all that. We did those things.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't know that there was going to be Chris Rock and Aziz and the Beck. You know, like I didn't know all that was coming.
I mean, I showed up late, so I missed all that you said just now. But
did you? Yeah, you showed up for a Little Baby.
Well, yeah. Because Little Baby was the last performance. So, and I showed up late. So because I went to 4 parties that day. That was my like biggest party day. So, yeah, let me see. Wednesday.
And it was out in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a hike.
It was out in Brooklyn, but luckily the event that I went to before that was also out in Brooklyn, so it kind of like worked out. But yeah, it was kind of far. It was like 45 minutes from like, you know, where everything else was basically. Yeah,
for sure. I should, if I would have known all the people, it's my own fault. Like I knew I should have gone, but there was a lot going on. Like I don't regret it. You know, there's videos out there. Like I was worried that it was just going to be like, you know, I know Brooklyn Steel, I know the venue. So I was worried it was just going to be like this giant cluster where like you wouldn't get to see or talk to anybody. I wouldn't know who anybody was. And I really did want to go to the Futureproof one.
How was the Futureproof party?
That was really cool. They had a talk on stage. I guess it was basically like their podcast with Tropo Farmer and what's the gentleman's name? Hunter Orell, I think is his name. Might have been O'Shiny or I forget who they had up there with them, but they did their little speech thing. And right when I walked in, I actually met VGF for the first time. And you know how highly I think of that guy, and we've been friends for so long. So it was really cool to give him a big hug and meet him and say what's up. And then and there was a nice outdoor part of that, so we were hanging out, and that was really cool. That was a cool little spot. And I like all those guys. And then at the end, I got to talk to VGF for a little while before, like when it was over. So I was happy I got to go to that one. And I think that was the same night as House of Kibaa. You must have gone to that because I saw the hoodie.
Let me see. Yeah. I went to House of Kibaa.
Yep.
Did you go to that or no?
Yeah, I did. Andy and I went to that. We were there for about a half hour. I mean, it was nice. They threw a nice party. It wasn't quite my vibe. It was
fancy.
It was one of the fancy ones. Yeah, for sure.
It was small. But it was fancy.
Right, for sure. And they were giving out merch. They were giving out nice merch. So that was the only time all week I opened up my MetaMask because I needed to show my Genesis membership to get the hat.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because they were like, if you remember, and they were like, I was like, yeah, I have a Genesis membership. He's like, can you show me?
Oh, then he.
Yeah, I was like, all right. I know. I was like, all right. I guess I'll. I definitely didn't open it. I was making fun of Andy because we were at one event and he was like scanning some QR code on a pole or something. And I was like, are you crazy?
And he commented, he's like, stop, LOL.
that was my joke the whole rest of the week. Was he's going around scanning every QR code he could find. I didn't scan one QR code the entire week. Yeah.
There was at the Top Shot happy hour party, there was like QR codes like on these like tables that they had. And I scanned it and it was like for a starter pack. I was like, everybody here is a Top Shot collector. Nobody is a starter. Like, why did you do a starter pack? Like, we couldn't even claim it. But anyway,
they should have done like a special, like limited release, like Knicks game pack or whatever.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It should have been like freaking like all like Knicks moments or something. And, like, yeah, they should have done something.
I don't like the Knicks. I'm glad the Knicks lost.
Honestly, I didn't even care. I was like, I didn't even know who was playing the Knicks. I was just like, oh, Raptors, okay. Like, I mean, I didn't really care either way, but you didn't go to the Royal Society of Players Gutter Cat Gang party?
Yeah, no, we did go to that. That was awesome, actually. That was actually one of my favorite parties. It was packed.
Okay,
but
so
it was,
you went to a ton of parties too. You went to
we were partying.
Okay, so you went to because that was on all that was on Wednesday. Because I went to the on Wednesday, I went to the Royal Society of Players / Gutter Cat Gang party, which by the way was freaking packed. But it was like that was like the most packed party I went to, I think. It was cool. I got to meet Ja Rule there.
Yep.
And
so did Andy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
but we didn't see you there.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't see you there either.
Yeah.
Well, I was only there for like 45 minutes. But
gotcha. Yeah, we were there for a little while. That was actually one of the nicest venues.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was a nice venue.
Well, it was a rooftop, so it was like outside too, which like it was like freezing.
Yeah,
but and then there was like some dude like playing the saxophone with fire coming out of it.
They had some entertainment there, didn't they? They had quite the entertainment.
Yes. Yeah. And they had they were like people handing out like appetizers and stuff. Like, it was fancy as well. They had
it was
catering thing. And then I got to meet some of the NFT snipers crew, which is like a Discord that I've been in for a while. In Young Content and all them. So that was fun. And then I went to the housekeeper party after that, which I missed you at that as well. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. We must have just missed pairs. Yeah.
I know. I think I went at like 7. I went like when it first started. But yeah, that was like super fancy. And they gave me VIP. So, you know, I got the hoodies and the merch and all that. And yeah, it was fun. I got to meet Kibaa and like, you know,
cool.
Grant and just the whole like House of Kibaa team, which they were really awesome. It was nice to, you know, connect with them. And that was like super, like we said earlier, that was like super fancy. 48 Lounge, I think it was called, the place that it was at. Yep. And then I went down to Brooklyn because there was this private Dapper event. Jacob from NBA Top Shot invited me and Steph to this private Dapper event.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. You had to have like all the cool cats moments, right? Or something.
No, I don't have all the cool cats moments.
Not you. You get to go to anything you want. You get to go to anything you want. But
I don't know if you had to have
normal people.
Oh my God. Well, okay. So it was a Dapper / Flow event. Okay. And I don't know. I think you just had to like know certain people or whatever to go. Yeah. And there were a lot of like fancy people that I didn't know there. And I didn't even get to meet Roham. I don't even know if he was there or what the situation was. But the place that it was at was like super cool. And I got to meet LG, which was awesome. He's cool. And and then Roz met up with us there. And then we hung out with her for a bit. And then we all headed to the Ape Warehouse party, which was super fun. And we got there super late. So yeah, just in time to see Lil Baby perform. And then I met, and you mentioned Steve earlier, fellow podcaster. Yeah, I got to meet Steve, NFT Bark, and Timus. And I met Satoshi's mom, who I used to do Twitter Spaces with. Oh, wow. And yeah, and that was super fun. And then those are the 4 parties I did on Wednesday. And then Thursday came around and I was pretty tired, but I went to the Creature World OpenSea party. Did you go to that?
Yeah, we met there.
Oh, oh my God, that's where we met. And we took a picture. And I look so freaking short because you guys are like 6 foot or something, and I'm like 5'2".
I'm 6'7", but that's neither here nor there.
6'7", casual,
Yeah.
subtle flex. But yeah,
Definitely
check out our Twitter, NFT Catcher Pod. We posted a photo of all of us together if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, I got to take pictures with the worm and meet the creators of the worm. I don't know if you met the worm or not, but that was super fun.
Oh yeah,
And
I saw the worm a few times. That thing was making its way around. Yeah,
it was making its way. I love that thing. It was so cool. And then I got to meet Cole Ethereum and Danny Ukes, who I've known since like my early Top Shot days. Since like I've known them since like January. We were all in like Discords together and stuff, and they were super dope. And Cole's a very like chill dude. And yeah, it was really nice to meet them.
Nice.
And then and then after that I just went to a hotel party with just like a dozen people. I got to meet Lady Ape Fundy and her husband, and yeah, she was awesome. And then the next day I flew home. So there we go. But honestly, that was freaking crazy. Like that whole experience. And I'd say like the best part for me was just like, first of all, being able to just do so many different things, like, you know, really trying to maximize my experience, like being able to go to all these different, you know, parties and events and meet people. It was super fun. And then just like, you know, meeting the people that you know online, like in real life, and then having people come up to you and be like, hey, I listened to your podcast, or like, you know, I follow you on Twitter, or like, you know, whatever it is that they said, like, that was super cool. Like, that was just like a super cool thing. Cause it's like, you know, I mean, I love meeting people. And so it's just, I don't know, when somebody comes up to you, it's just like, oh, cool. Someone else to meet and talk to. And it's just fun. But yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing at the there was definitely a lot of people at the OpenSea creature party. They had like this huge bounce house, one of those like adult bounce houses you like race through. People were going through that. And I met Bernardo Cafe there. I met Jake the Degen, if you know that guy.
I didn't mean it.
And our Andy and I have a buddy we've been friends with for a long time who's an artist, Psych Dre, very successful. I don't know if you're familiar with Psych Dre, the crypto. He got? The 3D Chrome Punks. No, it's a pretty successful project. You know, he's got like 70 ETH in volume on it. A real good project. Yeah, he's really cool. I met him the first night and met him and that night as well. Hung out with him and his wife. Psych Dre. I love Psych Dre. That was Thursday. A couple points of interest. House of Kibaa. Why can't I think of the Avatar project? They are on Rarity Tools now.
Oh, nice.
Yep. What are they again? What are they called?
Gen Zeros, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
Or Gen
They're on Rarity Tools now. And I met Tyler for the first time ever, NFTsAnonymous at the Real Society party.
I met him too. I met him at actually the first night he was at the Marquee as well.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and then cool dude.
Dead Mouse was good.
It was for Cascade. I met him at the Cascade one.
Oh, okay.
Actually, he was at Dead Mouse too. Actually, so yeah, he was at both of them. But.
You want to hear a funny story about Dead Mouse? So we saw you and you were running there, and then after Andy and I left Cool Cats, it might have been like an hour and a half later. I asked my phone, "Hey Siri, where are walking directions to the Marquee?" So I was like, "All right, it was close." We walked over there, and we went in. I told the security guard, I was like, "Oh, he left his phone in the venue," and the guy was like, "All right, well, I'll call somebody to bring him up." He goes, "But the show's over," and we were like, "Oh, we'll just come back and get it tomorrow," because we were trying to like sneak in, but the show was over.
Nice.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way in there.
Dang, trying to finesse.
Yeah. So met Tyler and we talked about, we have, you know, a really cool thing happened. We talked about his camp project that was dropping the last time. Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
That was dropping like, I think the night that we recorded last time.
Yeah. We talked about that in the last episode.
We talked about it. And a gentleman named Kyle, 570 Kyle on Twitter, heard about the project on our podcast. Yep. Went, minted. I'm not sure how many minted, 1, 2, 5, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he won the CryptoPunk, the
Let's
Tyler's
go.
real deal CryptoPunk. Congratulations, Kyle. So amazing. It's so cool that you found out about it from our podcast and you shouted us out for it. We appreciated that. Love that. Tyler gave away a CryptoPunk, an ape, a mutant, a dog, and a Pixel Vault Founders token, all in the smart contract. Took a lot of guts because it was, I think he went on sale for 24 or 26 or 28 hours. And the smart contract just divvied that stuff up automatically. If he would have sold 500 of them, it would have done it. It ended up being about 2,000 that he sold before the cutoff. And
it's like a chain. What was it called? Like chain link something where it's, I don't know. There's like the type where it just like automatically pulls your assets. Like,
yeah, I don't know what it was called. He, like, I saw him say it as it's written into the smart contract. It's gone,
right,
no matter what happens. So that was wild. And
that was super cool.
Knowing him, he's going to build a community around that project. I bought a few in an attempt to win.
But I have mine. I'm chilling with my camp.
But he's one of those ones. I think he'll do his thing, and that'll be a good project for time to come. He's gonna have some good ideas come from it and stuff like that. He's a community building kind of guy.
Yeah, for sure.
That's wild, though. I mean, like, good for him. Good for the whole community. Like, there were Twitter Spaces around it, but that's so cool that Kyle won.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Kyle's profile picture right now on Twitter, and he's got the ape with the green eyes, and that's good for
the
him.
ape. Oh, you mean the punk?
I mean the ape, the punk.
Yeah.
The punk. Sorry, which is like 100 ETH minimum.
Dang, that's crazy.
And
ETH just hit an all-time high today.
Yeah, I think it's an all-time high at the moment at 47.25. No, 47.37 is the high, the all-time high. 47.37. So it's $12 off the all-time high right now. Gotta love it.
Let's go.
Awesome. Is it time to cash any of it out or keep riding? You remember we talked about a couple weeks ago. You asked me if it would get to 10,000 this year. And I thought that was crazy. It still probably is crazy. If it gets to 10,000,
I still think it's going to get to 10,000 this year.
10,000 this year in the next 7 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. I love it. Well, we have a cool cat bet on it. Well, our cool cats are bet on it.
Oh my God, no, stop.
No, it's not. We didn't bet that.
Please. No, not the cool cat.
I thought you thought it was going to go there.
Okay, I'm confident, but like
not that confident. Yeah, no.
Someone wanted to sponsor. Actually, you know the people that that sent us the primates or whatever. They wanted to sponsor our bet. I was like, oh shoot, the stakes are high.
Really? Did they really say that?
They were like, yeah, they wanted to like sponsor it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we have to bet something.
Yeah, it's a
bet me your V friend.
Yeah, right. My FaceTime frog.
Your FaceTime frog. Okay, two things I wanted to talk about. Yeah. First of all, the Phunks or whatever basically flipped CryptoPunks, which are very controversial right now. They came out with their own marketplace, and it's called Not Larva Labs. And I had actually, so you know Franklin, Election Day, something is his username, and he has like a gold ape and everything. Do you know him?
I don't think so. I don't think I know Franklin.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
So he actually gave me a Phunk back when they got removed from OpenSea and they were going for like, I don't know. He bought it for like 0.01, like super cheap.
Yeah, I follow Franklin. Okay. He follows me.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And he actually sent me a Phunk. He let me pick one out. He just randomly messaged me one day and he was just like, yo, do you want a Phunk? Basically. And so, yeah, shout out to him. He gave me a Phunk. And I didn't even really know. I kind of forgot that I had it. And then he reminded me when they started pumping. He's like, yo, remember that you have a Phunk? Like, and he basically gave me permission to sell it. And so I sold it. Nice. I sold my Phunk for like 0.7. Well, it was like 0.69 or something like that. So, yeah, I was like, hey, let's go. And so
they're literally just punks facing the opposite way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, I could have kept it, but I was just kind of like, you know what? Let me take
That's
some
nice.
profits. But
For
and
sure.
then another thing, which I did this yesterday, is BYO pills. You could claim your apostles. So if you have one pill and one access key, basically you keep the pill. Nothing happens to the pill, but the access key, you basically like forfeit your access keys in order to get the apostle. And I got 4 apostles, and they're all like I don't know, they're all like the most common type or whatever, which is like fine, but they look really sick. And yeah, I'm excited for that. And apparently they're coming out with their own token, and like if you hold an apostle and a pill, then you can like, I don't know, earn more of the token or something. I haven't read too much up on it, but I'm excited. I love the pills, and I love what they've been doing. So I'm excited for that. Did you already claim yours?
Yep, I minted my 3.
Nice. What'd you get? Anything good?
I mean, let me see. I have one that's got like a big glowing red head, which I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I have a bunch of the Mohawk ones too. Well, I don't think the Mohawk's like very rare.
They're not. It's not rare. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I got anything rare. I think everybody that was saying they got rare stuff was like the fat ones.
Yeah. The thick boys, those are the rare ones. And then the goddess. There's only like a dozen goddesses or whatever. Actually, I was in the BYO Pills Discord when this guy, he literally like manifested it, and he had tweeted out, and he was like, there's still, a couple goddesses left to claim. I'm, basically he's like manifesting that he's gonna get it. And then I was like in the Discord, like chatting with people. And then he like comes in and he's like, oh my God, I just claimed a goddess. Like he literally minted a goddess, and he didn't even like obviously it's random, and he was just like blown away. And so that was super cool.
That's awesome.
I was like all excited for that guy. Yeah. But yeah, pills are, and the apostles, I think the floor is like 0.15.
Yeah, it's 0.17. I just looked, and BYU pills is probably higher than that, unless it.
Yeah, I think it's like 0.32 last time I checked for the pills.
It's not going to be that much anymore because of the 0.21. Okay, still
0.21.
higher than the apostle.
Right, because now that ETH hit an all-time high, it's like things are gonna
right. Everything's been down. If you're watching Zeneca with his daily charts, I mean, it's just red every day.
I mean, yeah, everyone was in New York, and all of a sudden, I know. No one was here buying and selling NFTs. So
yeah, I didn't look at one thing all week. I really didn't. No. I didn't look to mint. Yeah. I didn't watch what was minting. I didn't know what was going on sale.
Exactly. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
We were too busy doing in real life stuff. So
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good recap. What else? There was at Times Square, there were lots of billboards. A lot of projects took out billboards. Bobby Hundreds took one out that just said NFTs are a scam.
I don't know why they did that. That was like confusing. Like, because it was like if you're in the space, then you know that was Bobby. That was Bobby Hundreds or whatever. Right. But if you're not in the space, then you're literally just reading a billboard that says NFTs are a scam. Like, why did they pay to do that? Like, and they didn't even do like a website or anything for anybody to check any information out further. It was literally
nothing
just
at all. Yeah, just the bomb.
NFTs are a scam. Like, okay.
Yeah. And that was up there like all week, pretty much.
I know. I kept seeing that.
Yeah. But I think it's a thing like no publicity is bad publicity. So like it just got people thinking of the word NFT. I don't really know.
I guess. But then you're just like thinking about it being
I know being a scam. I know.
Can you not do that? Thank you so much. But the cool cat on actually the day we left on Friday, we had some time before our flight, and Steph and I, we just like got boba and like hung out like in Times Square, which by the way, oh my God, I'm sorry, but New York is one of those places you do not want to live. You only want to visit. You can't even see past the freaking skyscrapers. Like literally you can barely see the sky above you, and then you can't see, like there's no trees or anything. Yeah, it's actually kind of whack. But anyway, we were just like in the middle of Times Square just looking at all these different advertisements, and then like Cool Cats pop up, and we're like, oh my God. And
there's a huge Cool Cats one, right? They had a huge billboard. Yeah, they did a good job. Yep. And my ape actually was up on one of the billboards.
No way. What the heck? When?
Because NFT.NYC was putting all the speakers like in big blocks, and the avatar I gave them wasn't a picture of me, it was my ape. So my ape was on a Times Square billboard.
Nice. Did you did you get like a picture?
Yeah, I have a picture. I have a picture of it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Someone sent it to me. Someone sent it to me.
That's nice.
I didn't even know about it.
Wow.
And someone
That's
sent it
awesome.
to me. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. It was great. It was all kinds of that was a great week. I mean, and then seeing like people I didn't even run into, but seeing them all get together, like Farouk and Fuocious and all those.
I didn't meet them.
John Knopf. Yeah. I kept hearing about my buddy Paimon told me on I guess it was Thursday afternoon at noon, there was a clubhouse meetup on at Times Square on the Red Steps, and there's probably like 50 people showed up. And that was set up by Switz and Wigfall. Really good dude from LA. He makes like music NFTs and art. He like mixes all kinds of stuff. He's really awesome dude. But he put this together, and Paimon's like, yeah, I was at this party like 4 a.m. at a museum with Fuocious and Farouk and like all these people. I was like, those are the cool kids parties. I need to try and figure that out. But
I wanted to meet Coin Artist. I didn't get it.
Oh yeah.
She's awesome. She's been in the space for quite a while. I met sorry. I was just gonna say I met Sarah Scripps, I think her username is, on the street. Just casually, she's like really good at calligraphy.
I'm friends with her. She told me about that and said that was like one of the highlights of her week was meeting you.
Really? That's funny. Yeah, we were just walking by and she was just like sitting there eating pizza with like the person she was with, and we're just like, oh my God, Sarah. And yeah, that was super awesome.
Yeah, she's really cool. She actually got to speak went on a good panel. Yeah. But she literally told me that she met you. Was like so excited about it. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Did I have one more thing to say? Oh, we met Andy and I ran into your friend. I think she's your friend, Corporate Trash.
Oh yeah, Corporate Trash. Yeah, we hang out with her a lot of the week.
We ran into her outside of the House of Kibaa party.
Nice.
Yep. Then I went all the way downtown for that Gary V thing, and there was probably thousands of people showed up for that. Like he tweeted about it 15 minutes before. It wasn't even all NFT people. It was just everybody showed up for the Gary V thing. And he was outside talking to everybody. Like he's amazing. Really is. All right, let's we didn't look at anything this week, but let's do a quick crypto slam wrap up, I guess. So we can like our normal. Let's see what happened in the week that disappeared. Wow. Axie Infinity is number one as always. 200,000 buyers as typical, but 700,000 transactions. Normally they're in like the 400,000 transaction range. So Axie crushing it. CryptoPunk's number two. Number three, $25 million in sales is Farmer's World on Wax.
That's where that one person's making all their money.
Yeah, whatever that. Yeah, that guy was probably talking about Farmer's World. Whatever. So that's ETH actually a 7-day change is up 0.05% from the week before, surprisingly. So like as far as volume on the blockchain, Bored Apes number 4, Parallel Alpha number 5, the Sandbox number 6. That must have really pumped this week. Yeah, I know Sand went up to like $1.50 or something, but the land I own Sandbox land, so I got to take a look at that. That must have really pumped this week. The Mutants are number 7, the Fat Apes are number 8, Art Blocks, and the Desperate Ape Wives. So Desperate Ape Wives, Fat Apes, Mutant Apes, Bored Apes, all in the top 10.
So many apes.
It's wild, right?
Yeah, that's wild.
And that Neo Tokyo thing is still crushing it. It's like a 20 ETH floor or something. The thing I told you about last week. Crypto's at 11, Top Shot at 13, still number 2 by far in transactions and number 2 in buyers. Doing its thing. Yeah, 7-day volume.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Jeez, what a week. Well, I'm so glad we recapped so that, we can if we ever want to remember what we did in New York, we can just go back and listen to this. Yeah. And hopefully for our listeners that didn't get to go to New York, maybe you got a little taste of it. You can, live vicariously through our stories, I guess. And then, yeah, back to the grind, back to the online grind.
Yeah. It was really great to meet you and your sister there. Yeah. You guys looked like you were having a lot of fun. It was nice to run into each other and get to meet in real life and meet everybody that I ran into there. It was really, really special experience meeting those people for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had the same experience.
Yeah. And then it's like, it'll be fun to meet people again. Like, I think I might go to Art Basel. I don't know if I'm going to go to the actual Art Basel, but I think I'll be in Miami during the time. So then that'll be just like fun to reconnect with some of the people I met and
Dude, honestly, that might even be crazier than New York because it's Florida and it's just going to be like, I was at the Bitcoin conference. I went to a bunch of the NFT stuff around that. And that was even crazy. Now, and that was back in June. I think it's going to be wild in Miami. Going out in Wynwood, it's insane. Wynwood, because it's going to be all the parties there are all condensed. New York, they barely even can notice there's NFT people there because there's so much going on. But true. Miami, it's gonna be crazy. Wynwood and South Beach, it's gonna be insane.
So in the next few podcasts, you'll be hearing a NFT Miami podcast recap, because that's in early December.
Yeah, it's right? December 1st to the 4th, I believe, whatever that weekend is. And there's actually a huge NFT event on November 30th at the AAA. It's not called the AAA anymore. It's like the FTX Arena where the Heat play. There's a huge conference going on there on November 30th. And then the 1st to the 4th is Art Basel, and there's going to be all kinds of Art Basel is crazy as it is. It's I've been there every year almost for the last 10, 15 years. And it's always crazy. It's going to be I can't even imagine what it's going to be like this year.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go because I'm going to fly home for Thanksgiving. So I think I'm just going to go straight to Miami. So I might go, and I kind of want to go for a weekend. So I think I might go like November 27th, which is a Saturday, maybe to December 2nd or something. I don't know.
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah. I love it.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you all for listening to today's podcast episode, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFTCatcherPod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.